Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. £1,000. Sister star Tammy Slaton admitted that she had trouble recognizing herself, and the same went for others around her. So when did she start to understand she was the same person? Keep reading for more details on the situation. Tammy Slaton didn't recognize herself at first. £1,000. Sisters fans have watched Tammy Slaton struggle all the way to where she is now. Season 1 followed her and her sister, Amy Slaton Halterman, as they were desperate to drop pounds. For Amy, it all came sooner than for Tammy, who did everything, kicking and screaming. She entered a facility to help her get to her goals so she could undergo weight loss surgery. Luckily, after some time, she weighed less than she needed to, so she could get the procedure done. She was thrilled, and she just kept going, so much so that she was finally able to have skin removal surgery. Now, Tammy is a whole new person, and she has flaunted her new slim figure everywhere. She is wearing bathing suits and skinny jeans. It is a whole new world. Recently, Tammy confessed that she had no idea who she was after the procedure. Moreover, it was not the same person looking back, but to add to that, her phone didn't recognize her. Her Face ID only knew the old version of herself, so this proves how far she has come. Luckily, Tammy had someone by her side to help her understand all of the changes that were going on and make the transition far easier. Tammy Slaton has gone down to a medium t-shirt while being a large before she had the skin removal. This shocked her sister Amy, who was still an XL, but she also went off track in her 2 pregnancies. Tammy is also getting ready to tie the knot with her love, Andrea Dalton, so being in shape is even more essential for her. It is just such an exciting time for the £1,000 sister star, and she deserves it all. Praise and hope for Tammy. Many viewers want the best for Tammy Slaton. They were invested in her getting new teeth, and it appears she has done just that, or at least begun the process. Moreover, they want to see how much more work she can get to further show how far she has come. Tammy has shared that she needs to get a few procedures done on her legs, but it is all a work in progress. Meanwhile, followers are so proud of the reality star. I am so proud of you, Tammy. You are an amazing person, and you are encouraging me to lose weight as well. We love you, girl. Your journey has been incredible. You're so inspirational, Tammy. You have done so well. Loved watching your journey. The first glimpse in the mirror. Tammy Slaton had spent years looking in the mirror without really seeing herself. Not in the deep, soul-searching way most people imagine, but in the resigned way you might glance at an old photograph you're tired of analyzing. She knew her shape, her size, her face, every line, every mark, every reminder of the weight she carried both physically and emotionally. But that day was different. She was standing in the hallway of her Kentucky home where the lighting had never been particularly flattering. The afternoon sun leaked through the blinds in thin strips, painting the floor in gold. TLC cameras were rolling, but even they seemed to fade into the background as Tammy slowly stepped toward the full-length mirror her sister Amy had set up. Her oxygen tube was gone. Her wheelchair wasn't in sight. And for the first time in decades, Tammy stood without bracing herself against something for balance. She almost didn't want to look. When she finally did, her breath caught in her throat. The woman staring back at her was, well, unfamiliar. Cheekbones she hadn't seen since her teenage years were visible now. Her jawline was defined in a way she thought had been lost forever. Even her eyes looked bigger, brighter, framed by a face that no longer carried the same heavy fullness. And in that moment she whispered to herself, "Who is that?" She wasn't joking. She wasn't being dramatic for the cameras. She genuinely didn't recognize herself. The long road to change. Tammy's transformation didn't happen overnight, though for fans following her on 1,000-Pound Sisters, it sometimes felt that way. One season, she was battling to walk from the couch to the kitchen. The next, she was showing up to family gatherings with a lighter frame and a spark in her step. But the reality? It was a grueling, years-long battle, and it nearly ended before it could truly begin. Her health struggles had been public and painful. Hospital stays, rehab centers, near-death experiences. In the early days of filming, there were moments when fans openly worried whether Tammy would survive to see another season. Even she admitted she wasn't sure she would. The wake-up call came during a hospital stay that turned critical. Doctors told her bluntly she wouldn't make it much longer if something didn't change. "I had to face the fact that I wasn't just living with the weight," Tammy would later tell producers. "The weight was killing me. And if I didn't do something, it was going to win." That's when she committed to weight loss surgery, a decision that terrified her as much as it gave her hope. The preparation alone meant losing a significant amount of weight before doctors would even consider her a candidate. And that meant changing everything. Her diet, her activity level, her mindset. "I used to think I couldn't do it," she recalled. "But then I realized I didn't have a choice." A stranger in her own skin. After the surgery, the physical changes came quickly, at least compared to the years of stalled progress. Pounds melted away. Her mobility improved. She could breathe easier, move faster, and sleep better. But the mental adjustment, that lagged behind. "Sometimes I'd catch my reflection and it would startle me," Tammy admitted. "Like, I'd be brushing my teeth and see someone out of the corner of my eye and think, 'Who's in my bathroom?'" Even her sisters noticed it. Amy joked that Tammy was getting too skinny for her own good, while Amanda, the family's straight-talking firecracker, kept pointing out little details Tammy hadn't noticed yet. Her neck looking slimmer, her wrists no longer swollen, the way clothes draped differently. But Tammy often found herself struggling with a strange disconnection. She knew she was lighter, healthier, and more active. She felt it every day. But the woman in the mirror didn't quite match the image she had carried of herself for so long. "It's like my brain still saw the old me," she explained. "Like my mind hadn't caught up to my body." Fans react. When TLC aired the episodes documenting Tammy's transformation, social media erupted. Instagram comments were flooded with encouragement. "Tammy, I didn't even recognize you. You look amazing." "Proud doesn't even begin to describe it." "Girl, your glow is unreal." On TikTok, side-by-side videos comparing Tammy's early seasons to her most recent appearances went viral. Fans were stunned not only by the visual change, but by the shift in her energy. "Her whole face lights up now," one viewer posted. "It's not just the weight, it's the happiness." Even critics who had once doubted her commitment had to acknowledge the effort. Some admitted they'd underestimated her willpower. Others confessed they'd been rooting for her all along but never expected the turnaround to be so dramatic. The public fascination wasn't just about the physical change, it was about witnessing someone defy the odds in real time. Private struggles behind the scenes. While fans saw the confident Tammy smiling for cameras, there were private moments she wasn't ready to share right away. She dealt with loose skin, which brought both physical discomfort and emotional adjustment. She navigated eating habits that still required discipline. One slip could send her progress spiraling backward. And then there was the identity shift. When you've been one way your whole life, and then suddenly you're not. "It's weird," she said. "People treat you different. Strangers are nicer. They want to talk to you. But sometimes it feels like they're just reacting to my body, not to me." Tammy admitted she sometimes missed the privacy that came with being overlooked. Now, every trip to the grocery store could turn into an impromptu fan meet and greet. She appreciated the love, but it was also overwhelming. "I'm still me," she insisted. "Just a me that's learning how to live in this new body." Family reflections. The Slaton family had been through every stage of Tammy's journey: the ups, the downs, the hospital visits, the breakthroughs. Amy, who had undergone her own weight loss surgery years earlier, understood the mental side of the transformation. "It's not just your body that changes," Amy said. "Your whole world changes. You gotta relearn yourself." Amanda saw it as a victory for the whole family. "We fought for her. We prayed for her. And seeing her now, it's like watching a miracle." Even Chris, her brother, got emotional when he realized Tammy could walk longer distances without stopping to rest. "I didn't think I'd see the day," he admitted, wiping his eyes. But the most telling moment came when Tammy's nieces and nephews started playing with her more actively, tugging her hand to join them in games, asking her to push them on swings, wanting her in their adventures. "That," Tammy said, "is the best reward." The turning point. The real turning point came months after her surgery when Tammy attended a local fair. She was walking past a row of booths when she saw her reflection in the glass of a vendor's trailer. For the first time, she didn't do a double take in confusion. She didn't wonder who that woman was. She smiled, because she recognized her. "She was me," Tammy said later. "Finally, I saw myself and thought, yep, that's Tammy." It wasn't just about size or shape anymore, it was about owning her identity again. She was no longer defined by her limitations. She was defined by her persistence. Tammy's journey isn't over. Weight maintenance is a lifelong process, and she knows the challenges don't disappear with the pounds. But now she carries the proof of what's possible, not just in her appearance, but in her health, her relationships, and her confidence. She's already talking about future goals, traveling more, trying new activities, maybe even mentoring others who feel trapped in the same struggles she once faced. "I want people to know it's never too late," she said. "Even if you don't recognize yourself right now, the person you want to be is in there. You just have to fight for her." The message to fans. In a heartfelt Instagram live session, Tammy addressed her supporters directly. "Listen, I know some of y'all are watching me and thinking, I could never do that. But I used to think that too. I was wrong. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start. And when you start, don't stop." Thousands of hearts flooded the screen. One fan summed it up in a single comment. "Tammy, you didn't just lose weight. You found yourself."